we just can't keep building the POCs endlessly, right? We need a structured way to balance the innovation between the governance, the compliance, and the cost discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at
Mm-hmm.
one by one, right? First, let's think about the tension itself, right? So I call it is a push and a pull between the desire to export the new technologies and the need to manage the risk and control the cost, right? So the key is to create a framework, right? I really allow for safe experimentation while ensuring that we are not just putting the enterprise at risk, right? The approach is using, for example, I think, right, to use a sandbox environment for pilots and with those clear success metrics defined before scaling, right? And that will allow the team to experiment those Gen AI without impacting the production system to or expose any sensitive data. Before we
Mm-hmm.
moving the project out of the sandbox, we need to have a very, very clear understanding of its potential business impact and a plan for how we're going to scale, right? Of course, the governance, the compliance are crucial, right? We need to apply the data classification rules to ensure that sensitive information such as PII, right, is not going to be used in the open
Mm-hmm.
environment, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
also need to ensure that our AI projects align very well with the enterprise risk framework. Cost is a very important consideration as well. And then definitely you don't want to see $1 million bill, right? Just tied
Yeah.
to a project you have, right? I would say start small and scale smart, right? To monitor tokens and compute consumptions real time, right? And then we can definitely set up some FinOps dashboard to monitor the token, the cost, and we can also think about whether we can use, for example, Llama 3 or some small language models to replace the commercial models, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
another
Mm-hmm.
cost to think about. So I would say, generally speaking, I would say it's very, very important to strike a balance, right,
Mm-hmm.
between like encourage innovation and to enforce disciplines, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
we encourage innovation sprints, right, where teams can carry out new ideas very, very quickly, and also to need to enforce stage gate process before enterprise throws off, right? So we need to communicate, right, to the business unit stakeholders and that experiments is welcome, but we really need to enforce some, for example, compliance sign-off and financial justification in order to move a project from POC into the production pipeline.